Hello guys, it's NautoAce. This going to be a follow-up on my thoughts on NIS America, basically localizing Trails of Cold Steel 3. So before I continue about this follow-up, I'm gonna just say one thing is I'm still sticking to my opinion about it. If I'm pretty harsh to NIS America, well, please don't take it personal. But that's just my opinion about NIS America, NIS America. Like I said, they are trying to do something good. Like I said, the SNK 40th anniversary is finally coming on the PS4. Should have been parity with the Switch and the get-go again. And of course, still I'm hoping a physical copy release of SNK Heroine Frequency Fighter, whatever. And I said before in 2018, one of my gripe with NIS America is that they do favor Nintendo over Sony or any other company. Not cool, but I think they're trying to say, okay, maybe that wasn't a good thing. And of course, still with GS8. Okay, I haven't played the game yet, but I understand, I feel for the people who love Falcom games, and this is how NIS America basically treat them. So I still with that one. I still stick to that one, that if they screw this localization of Trails of Cold Steel 3, they're done. That's it, they're game over. But with that said, the reason I'm doing a follow-up is because there's been a lot of information coming in, which is good, at least they're being transparent. And the PAX talk actually is happening in the weekend, and there was some, surprisingly, sort of a, what do you call that? Shoot. A conference, let's just say that, conference, presentation that I'm looking for. Presentation of NIS America, their plan, especially Trails of Cold Steel 3. So, one of them is, the goodness, like, they are being transparent. One is, they are well aware of their past history, especially with GS8. They screwed up, so they have said that they are working extra hard to making it perfect. They're redeeming themselves. Props to them. So, like I said, am I a fan of the legendary hero, Trail of Cold Steel? I heard good things about it, that's why. But once I get played it and get my opinion, I'll see if I'm a fan or not. But if the games are good, hey, you know, if I believe MmGS X1, Dark 127, and people who play this game, I'm gonna try it. There's a PS4 version. I can finally get it. Let's see what happens. There you go. So they are well aware of their history. They are gonna fix that. Another thing is that they are also transparent on Twitter and Facebook too. And I said this before, that some people who used to work for Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are actually working on Trails of Cold Steel 3. Because in the presentation, besides, like I said, they're going to be extra careful with this game. They hired some people who worked on Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. And apparently also, and I'm going to mention the names later on in this video, but I want to go first a side route on this, and why, sort of to some extent, that why is XSeed not doing it? And apparently there's some theories that's going on, because apparently I wasn't aware of this, but apparently there was some doubtful with XSeed, believe it or not. So I'm going to go with XSeed a bit here on what's going on, of why they didn't choose to localize Trails of Cold Steel 3. So there have been, if you've been following Senran Kagura version Newell, the collections apparently is a crappy version that the release, the version from Japan or in Europe. Apparently in America, the swags were like meh. Like there's not even an art book versus the European version. I don't know what to deal with that. I think people did talk to XSeed about it, but XSeed just said they were just like they're trying to promote the game. And of course, if you know the PS4 version, the intimacy mode, they got rid of it. You can't blame XSeed for that one. You gotta blame Sony. Again, Sony, hashtag grow up. And of course, why is the game not being dubbed? That's another different whole story there. I'm gonna talk about it in a different vlog. Alright, so what are the downfall? Why am I talking about downfall for XSeed? I thought XSeed are good. They're like part 2 NIS America. Well, besides Senran Kagura versus Newell's problem, is apparently, and I did not know this, I'm gonna give credit to this one YouTuber I saw his video, is that apparently in October 2018, two important people left XSeed, and they've been there for a long ass time. Excuse the language. Long time, since like I think 2013, even 2012, heck 2010. They've been there for a long time, and those are, I forgot their last name, but the first name is Tom and Brittany. And if you don't know two people, they're like a veteran in XSeed, very professional when it comes to localization, especially Tom. He's been transparent with a lot of the situation with XSeed. He was actually transparent with the Senran Kagura, why they didn't have a dub, because apparently at one point they were going to consider it, and it's undisclosure legal issue. They can't talk about it. They just said, yeah, we're not just going to dub it. So probably it's the same fate also with the Fate games. The one I got like Celia and its sequel, because it probably had some more legal issue that they couldn't have, budget reason, whatever. He left, and Brittany left. So that's probably one of the reasons why the company probably said, the localization company actually said, well, we don't have the good people, we don't have the resource, we don't have the budget for doing it, so we can't do anything about it. We just have to take a loss and let someone else localize the game. So you might say that'd be a situation of, well, it's better than nothing. Mighty number 9 thing. Yeah, that's probably the situation. Is that, I guess, to some extent now, as of right now, XSeed is not in a good position of localizing big game. Maybe Trails of Cold Steel was too hard for them. I mean, they didn't want to do the third one, and they brought it to NIS America. To a point that it's probably a situation of, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Well, NIS America is willing to do it, because XSeed probably doesn't want to do it. And you don't want NIS America, you probably send them a message, hey, I don't want NIS America to do it, I'm not going to buy it. Then you're not going to get Trail of Cold Steel. And who's going to develop? Who's going to localize it? Sony's not good. Maybe Nintendo, but it's a PlayStation. There's a PlayStation one, so they're probably not the one. It could be other Axie games. Sure, they could probably do it, but don't expect any dub then, because they don't do dub game. P-Cube, Nicalis, same deal. They're probably not going to dub the game. That's another thing that NIS America basically said, that they basically took a pride on. Oh, we dubbed the games. Because the first one was dub, what do you want? Not dub the third one? That doesn't make sense. So yeah, the side route here is that, yes, apparently as of right now, XSeed are not in a good position of anything to do localizing, especially with a big game. That's probably the reason why he went to NIS America, because the two big ones, Tom and Brittany, basically left. They left. So again, back to NIS America. So they are well aware. So they hired some important people on this. And they are Ryan Thompson, Brittany Avery, yes, I did mention the name before, who left XSeed, that Brittany, and Chris Kinch. So who are these people, the key people that are working on Trail of Cold Steel 3? Okay, let's start with Ryan Thompson. He's a translator and proofreader, and the other work that this person did are, believe it or not, Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. Yeah, so it could be a freelance to XSeed, or he used to work for XSeed. Because again, like I said before, there was some rumbling about XSeed losing a lot of good people. Whatever the reason is, not really my business, but it is what it is. The second person, Brittany Avery at Hatsu, probably her Twitter, localization producer and freelance editor. The keyword there, freelance editor. Why did I say that? She was one of the top big people at XSeed, been working there for a long time. Suddenly in October of 2018, she decided to she left the company along with, of course, Tom. Like I said, one of the big guns, big name. They both left. Again, whatever the reason is, none of my business. She's now, as a freelance, will be working on Trail of Cold Steel 3. So what's her other work? The Trail series. FC, CSC, and the thirds, which I have no idea. To apologize. If you know what they are, you probably know what it is. But the Trails series, and of course, including Cold Steel and Cold Steel 2. Again, the big name there. That's why some people are like giving NIS America a chance. And then, of course, she also worked on Yeast 6, The Ark of Nephilim on the PC. And of course, London Detective Mysteria. Again, big name. And then the third guy, Chris Nidge. I think I said that right. If I do, apologies. So anyway, Chris is the editor and consultant, and works that he did: Trails of Cold Steel 1, Trails of Cold Steel 2. Again, you kind of see the pattern here. 3 of these people work on the Trails of Cold Steel series 1 and 2. Other game that this guy did, an editor and consultant, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Okay, that's good. Yokai Watch, that's cool. The Memoria Freeze, aka the anime kind of get a girlfriend in the dungeon on Crunchyroll mobile game. Different story there. There was a problem, censorship, but that's not this video is all about. But there you go. Those three people that work on the first 2 are coming back. So there you go. A bit of NIS America. They hired a lot of this probably freelance. Chances are maybe some of them used to work at XSeed, and maybe not. So additional name apparently also, who's also going to be working on Trail of Cold Steel 3. So NIS America localization of Trail of Cold Steel. Here's the list. Some guy posted on Facebook. So by the way, before I continue, I want to give credit to the Facebook group page of Falcom, Yeast, the series, and the Trail of Cold Steel. I follow them, the group, the community group, and yeah, they've been posting this. They were saying, hey, maybe we should give NIS America a chance. I'll give my opinion about that one later on. So here are the other people besides I just mentioned. Eric Bundenseek, he's the editor. Apparently, again, a lot of these people have been working on the previous Trails of Cold Steel game. Moe Takakeshi, the translator, so hopefully good translation there. And I said it before, Ryan, Chris, and Brittany, I mentioned before, key opponents, key people. So there you go. So if you don't know who these people, like I said, not only they work on the previous 2 Trail of Cold Steel game, that they're actually probably some of them used to work or freelance with XSeed. So again, maybe they can redeem themselves. So apparently, so that's why I'm saying surprising a lot of people are trying to defend NIS America. In my opinion, again, I'm going to explain more about it later on. Yeah, great. You're hiring people who used to work from XSeed. They probably used to work for this game, so they're trying to redeem themselves. It doesn't matter. You can get as many people as you want, but if the game still comes out crap, all for naught. So yeah, so NIS America is well aware. They are going all in. They're spending more money than what it is, and we'll just have to wait and see. So far, surprisingly, they are going the right direction, and those are the people that's gonna be working in conjunction with NIS America. So again, some of the voice actors are coming back. Some of the people who work on Trail of Cold Steel 1 and 2 are coming back. So it may be good, but just because they're coming back, just because you got employees, how you're hiring these people that used to work from XSeed or whatever, it doesn't give NIS America a pass. Like, in my opinion, I wouldn't give them a pass because again, they can still botch it up. Wait until the final product. Remember, it's not going to come until fall 2019, and they're barely announcing it on January 2019. So you got like more than 6 months. So for me, I can wait. I'm not like, I want to still play the first game, especially the second game, because I have not tried it yet. I want to see what the hub and why people love these games. So, but still, I'm not going to give them pass. Oh, good. They learned their lesson. They're well aware. They're hiring people from XSeed. Yes, especially Brittany was a former XSeed. Now, somehow, it's either she's working at NIS America or she's a freelance and said, okay, pay us and we'll help you. So maybe that's the reason. So like I said, it could be the theory one is that at this point on, XSeed is not in a good position of localizing big games as for the moment, because they don't have a lot of people, there've been a lot of former XSeed that were leaving. Like I said, Tom and Brittany left. So we'll just have to wait and see. And another rumor I've heard about this is that apparently the president of Falcom and the president of NIS America. Remember, NIS America is an American sort of definition to NIS America, but the difference is NIS America is just a localization team. NIS America is the actual developer. They have their own publishing in Japan. But apparently, like I said, the president of that one and Falcom, are great friends. That's the reason. There was a rumor that they have great relationship, that they basically trust each other. That's the reason why Yeast 8 became NIS America. Of course, you know that history. They botched it up, but they did fix it. But you didn't have to do that if you just made it better in the first place. What were you thinking? And now with Trail of Cold Steel 3. Again, we'll just have to wait and see there. Oh boy. So, what my opinion about NIS America in general as of right now? I think they are going in the right direction. They are well aware of the feedback. They say, hey, we botched up in ESA. That's a Falcom game. But, give us a chance to redeem ourselves. And they are hopefully redeeming themselves by outsourcing some people that worked on Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 2. And then there's another one interesting here that I'm going to put it in, is that apparently NIS America also is interested and in talks with Falcom to localize this game. They call it the Legend of Heroes Trail of Cold Steel Crossball. Okay, like I said, I'm not really the expert of this franchise, but apparently in the third game there's also reference to another spin-off game, and then you're gonna need to know who they are. That's like that's subjective there, but anyway. So apparently NIS America is also in talks with Falcom. Again, rumor that they want to localize those games. Again, being ambitious, kind of worrying, but again, if the XSeed doesn't want to do it, you could say ASCII, P-Cube, and the Caliph, but of course, if you ask them, the chances of English dub, because they don't do English dub. Their budget's not that big. Like I said, I have a good friend who works at Action Game, basically told me about that. They said, yeah, we're not in the business of dubbing game unless it's really worth dubbing. That's the reason they just lost the license to publish Arc System Work games, because finally Arc System Work has an American division. So there you go. But there's always self-publishing for them, so I don't really care. At this time of age, digital, I don't care if digital or physical, but the principle is the point that I don't want favoring one company or another. So anyway, back to NIS America. They are interested of localizing the game, but they're now working on Trail of Cold Steel 3. And like I said, SNK Heroine, SNK 40th anniversary. It's on the PS4 now. And then another one is, hopefully in the long run, is a physical copy of SNK Heroine. People just, the principle behind it, they didn't like the idea of, you're favoring Nintendo to Sony. If you're a Nintendo fan, you're probably not going to care. But if you're not, then yeah, they do care about that one. So hopefully they are going to redeem themselves, in my opinion. Like I said, they are well aware, and I do repeat myself, apologies. But in conclusion, I'm going to end it with this, is NIS America are well aware of the feedback. They knew that they botched up these 8, that they had to do with their own budget to fix it. Okay, and second is, maybe there was more than meets the eye when it comes to why NIS America got Trails of Cold Steel 3. And I said before, two of the most important people that XSeed left, Tom and Brittany. And of course, Brittany now is working, quote unquote, with. I don't think she's working for NIS America, but she's working with them as a freelance. Again, I don't know the whole story. It was on the PAX presentation. So they're hiring people who actually worked on the game before. They're not teaming up with XSeed. And like I said, XSeed right now probably don't have the material and the resource because they lost the big guns, the big people, the legendary, the veterans, Tom and Brittany. So again, it's gonna be at fall. So it's gonna be a while. So there you go. But still, I still can't give them passes, but I'm gonna wait and see what happens there. So before I close this, I know another thing I want to address are the people who are very aggressive about NIS America. I know I'm guilty about it, that I can't really give faith on them. My position is I'm somewhere right now in neutral because I'm not it's great that the third game is finally coming out, but NIS America doing it's like it goes back to some of the quality in the past. Like I said, the Neptunia, the one that pisses me off is Neptunia Victor for the PS3, 40% English dub. The scripts is not that bad, but the dub was so, it's like, why even dub it? It's only 40%. Might as well just play the Japanese version of Dragon Quest XI, which is the same thing for the PS4. There's no voice. And I know they have said it because it was a budget issue. They were giving them limited budget. And it's either put all the voices, most of the voices, in the PS3 version or on the DLC. Because they can't just put more money in. You have a certain budget, and apparently either BAM Zoom probably wanted a lot more money, so they said, well, this is all we can offer you. There you go. And yeah, I mean, NIS America, you're stupid with doing that. I mean, I don't know what to say. You're so stupid. Okay. But, like I said, my position, my opinion about them localizing Trails of Cold Steel 3 is somewhere in the middle. Somewhere there in the middle there. So the people who are basically hitting on them, I don't blame them. It's within their opinion. And there are some people who are defending NIS America. And again, it's within your rights. But you just gotta be mindfulness of their past history. You really can't forgive them what they did with YSA, one of the best Falcom game of the YS series. So I can't really say that you should forgive for that one. And then, like I said, another thing is that they are favoring Nintendo at a time. I don't know if they're doing that now. Maybe they learned the lesson that that wasn't a good idea. And another one people are complaining is that, it's not on the PC. You do gotta keep, this game in Japan was only the PS4 exclusively. And this game, believe it or not, was developed in 2017 in Japan by Falcom, September 2017. And that's basically the same year that Switches barely came out. This development probably was already been developed a long time before they even heard about the Switch. So they could probably port it. They're probably going to hire someone to port it. Maybe, someone else like Panic Button or Ghostlight or whoever. But that's a different story there. So you got to wait to see. Maybe the PC might be 2020 release. They can't do, a lot of time whether you like it or not, they can't always do multiple system simultaneous release. Not everyone can do that. So, I mean, it was the same thing with XSeed with the first two Trails of Cold Steel game. They weren't released side by side. Even Idea Factory even admitted that they couldn't do that. They had to focus on one system first, and then they go to the next system. I mean, not every company can do that. They're not Capcom. They're not Square Enix. They're not Namco Bandai. They're not Konami. They're not the gold third. This is our smaller developer company. So you just have to wait and see. So bashing on NIS America, I don't blame them. For people defending them, to some extent, you just got to be mindfulness. Not having a PC or Switch port, especially for this game. The game is being a PS4 exclusive. There you go. Yeah, just have to wait and see and be patient about it. So yeah, that's the follow-up. I do apologize if this dragged on, but it was a lot of things I had to talk about because there was more than ECI. But still, my personal opinion, they have to still redeem themselves, and I'm not going to say, oh man, you're going the right direction. They are a bit, but they got a long way to go. With that, I'll see you guys later.